What I learned picking up a 6 foot, blonde haired, blue eyed, svelte, big batty, big tit, incredible Russian at the mall today, influencer making 60k a month. What I learned from this woman and this experience is what I learned, and is what you're going to learn. What I learned wasn't that much, because I'm 38 years old, I'm a grown fucking man. I know I've learned this shit in the past, I know what it is. However, I did still learn some things, so I'm going to share both. And I'm going to begin with the stuff that I think I need to drill into other guys. I need to drill into especially the younger guys, or the guys who had a later start than me. Okay, you could be any age, but you won't necessarily know this, especially in clown world, aka the West, because we've completely robbed men and women of this knowledge. So I'm going to give you this knowledge right now. So some of the basics were, well, again, I'll start with the stuff you need to know first of all. Stuff you need to know. Start with a compliment. Basic. Don't start with a neg. Start with a compliment. Everyone likes being complimented face to face. Even an influencer who literally gets like hundreds of DMs per day, whatever. They love it. Right. Number one, start with a compliment. Eye contact. Maintain it. Okay. Number two, you don't need to know the girl's name. Just have a fucking conversation with her. Just have a conversation with her. Number three, you don't need to do 10 approaches. Once you get into a good conversation, that's your approach done for the day. That's your girl that day. Once you get into an amazing conversation, everything else is off the table. All other guys are out the window, and you're in this bubble of magic. Okay, I already knew this. You guys need to know this. That's what, in reality, is effective, is a connection, yeah? It's a connection, man to woman. Good to have a little spark and do these little approaches here and there, but once you get one, that's it. You stay with that. You shouldn't be thinking about it, to be honest. There should be no cognition, really, just like, I'm just gonna bathe in this beauty. So I don't know what number we're on, but now we're gonna start to get into the interesting stuff. So this woman, this gorgeous influencer, this was a proper fucking woman, yeah? A proper woman. Of the likes that simply, it doesn't even exist in my country, the UK. It doesn't even exist. I've got other videos on that. And she said something really interesting to me. We got into deep territory. She said, she told me about how she had an affair. She was married, she had an affair. And that happened when her husband relaxed and he no longer related to her as a woman. Now, what does that mean? It should be obvious. It should be obvious. But in case it's not, he no longer displayed his inner lion, yeah? The ferocious man that she needs by her side. He no longer showed his dominance. He no longer showed her his teeth, his whip. That's what she meant. And it's not just sexuality is obviously going to be part of that, but it's not just sex. It's everywhere. She's a strong, powerful entity, yeah? She needs a stronger, powerful entity to make her feel normal, to keep her in check. She doesn't need a fucking simp. She doesn't need a guy just relaxing, as she said. So it's interesting. We can moralize it. Sure, on a moral point of view, she shouldn't have an affair. She had an affair with another married guy. We can moralize it, of course. What's the other alternative? Well, it's what happened eventually anyway, which is just get divorced and move on, which is what she did. Both of them did. But that's such a good lesson for guys. Do not think when you get a girlfriend you get to chill out. You don't. The question is she worthy of the whip? Does she bring enough to the table? Does she bring something? Does she get your blood boiling? Yeah? At some point, even if you marry someone, a girl who's young and quite girly, right? At some point, she still needs to feel it. They all need to feel it. This girl, it was so out there with this girl that it's easy. It's easy to detect. It's harder with these little, you know, some of these little English, Western European girls who've all fakes. They're all fakes, by the way. All of them. The whole culture's fucking fake. I don't know if you noticed that about British culture. The whole thing is fake. From top to bottom. Well, that's a whole side question. But anyway, there's an element of positivity there with that, because we have a level of sophistication, because we know there's a level of fakeness. Some other countries don't have that. But anyway, it's overall it's a curse, but there are some benefits you can take from it. Anyway, yeah. What else did I learn from yeah, I'm kind of going over it there, but you just don't find women like this in my country. Not even close. Not even close. They're not actual women. I consider them to be children. Look at my video on spiritual paedophilia. That's what I think about this whole issue. So top quality womanhood. Imagine what it would be like to be surrounded by women like that. I was thinking that when I went home. I was like, imagine if there were 20-30% of the women were like that. You're not conquering Russia. It's not happening. There's a reason why it's been going for 1,000 years without being conquered, apart from by, well, one internal rebellion led by you know who. It's the the fucking Marxist Bolshevik garbage that we're seeing now in the West. So you're not conquering that country. Not if the women are like that. The men, of course, the men are going to fucking die for them. Are you joking? Ask, would you die for the women in your country? Like, seriously. Seriously. You're not conquering Russia. It's not happening. And it's a back and forth between the sexes. Both sexes shape each other. The men shape the women shape the men, right? Russian women, though, they shape themselves. From what I'm seeing, same with Dominicans, they shape themselves. They see no benefit to being an edgy, ugly, slovenly, blue-haired idiot. And they see no benefit to that. Okay, rant over. So those are things you can learn from this approach. Compliment, eye contact, face-to-face erases online. It erases it. What kind of balls do you have online when you're just doing a faggoty little picture of yourself? You know, I do it now because it's just, this is the modern world, but what kind of balls are you actually displaying? Nothing. Don't pretend you are. You're not. Okay? It's fun. It's childish, retarded shit. We all know it is, but it's just part of the world now. You may as well leverage it. But face to face, that's all gone. That's all gone. Yeah? And this girl's she's literally got, I don't know how many fucking followers. I literally have got no fucking idea. She was showing me her business stuff, you know, and she's messaging me on, I don't even fucking use Instagram barely. She was messaging me today after the meeting. So yeah, face to face batters online, batters it. I was still nervous, by the way, and this is going to be the point I'm going to get onto now. I talk intensely on these videos, but I'm not some fucking stallion who's just rolling around like, I don't know, just fucking pulling a Beretta out, laying it on the table, and just fucking getting my dick out. You know, I'm a normal guy walking around. I'm seasoned. Yeah, I'm seasoned. I've got a remote income. I'm in as good shape as I possibly can be. But I fucking get nervous too, boys. Yeah? I see a beautiful 6-foot fucking Russian sat next to me, like, I go and sit near to her. Of course my heart fucking goes. Of course it fucking does. Yeah? And now what's helping me right now, that was my 10th approach of the week, and it's only Thursday. And this is a week off. Genuinely. What's helping me now, though, is my accountability. My boys in the entourage. That's what's helping me now, because I know I've got this wingman group, yeah? So we've got guys going out on sessions. We had 2 other guys going out on sessions today, and we're just posting, boys, I'm in for one, you know? Or guys, I've just done one, or guys, I'm going to try and do 10. We've got a guy out there who'd done 50 approaches by Tuesday, right? This is what's going on, right? I'm not going to keep up with that, but I can still do my version of that, which is fewer approaches, but still once the one lands, I know. So I know I don't need to think. This is my goal. Like today and like last night. So that accountability and that support, yeah. As independent as I am, I'm willing to travel all over the world alone. I moved to Brazil last year, to Salvador de Bahia, knowing absolutely nobody, on my own, to master Portuguese, which I did. Yeah, I've got used to doing things like that. But still, sometimes you need some fucking boys in your back pocket. You need a wingman. And that's what I've badly been lacking over, I'd say, the last 3-4 years since I've been traveling. I've just not had a wingman. Now I've got my entourage wingmen in my pocket. I know the spirit of well-wishing, benevolent assassins is there with me. And I know they're going to celebrate in my victories, and they're going to have, well, I don't need consolation really, but they're just there. Like, it's just that reassurance, that support, the same that you have when you laugh it off with your mate. I've got that now with my wingmen. I'm gonna go back into my house actually, so just let me, yeah, this is not a great place to finish the video, hold on. So boys, back in the apartment now. So that was my last point, and that was something more for myself than anything else. It's so valuable to me to have my network of wingmen that I can actually call upon in a session. I did a whole calendar year of solo cold approach last year, and I did report back to people. But I'm 90%, I shouldered it on my own. 90%, yeah? Fucking Atlas, shouldering it on my own. And then I would report back to Christian, like maybe at the end of the day. I think I did one day where I went out and I did film quite a bit. That was a good day. But what we've started doing now in the entourage is we're actually, I'm just pouring water here. We're actually going out on sessions and we're supporting each other while we're on the sessions. It's something fucking awesome. So I'd recommend you and your boys, if you're gonna do some approach, cold approach, whatever, go out together. If you're in different cities, fucking, message your boys like, lads, I'm in for one. And set up a specific group. Set up a specific group that is just for approach, for this specific thing. Approach, maybe business as well, but it's got to be approach oriented, not just a random mates group, because they won't get it. Normal mates who can't be asked to do this, who want to fantasize about how they're going to find a princess, DMing people on Instagram or whatever the fuck they're doing, Tinderella, or just, and some people do. But guys who want to get after it in the way that we're doing, you need to be in groups together. I want to form a group actually. I want to form a group out here in the Balkans of local guys out here. So if you're a local guy in any of these countries, put a comment in. Let's see if we can do something. See if we can do something. But I like this part of the world. I like the guys out here as well. And I feel like could be a good combo. Could be a good combo. Old Uncle Joseph here and a few of the boys out here in the Balkans. So if you're interested, it's just an idea. It's an idea. Peace, love, unity, strength, honor. Że sam serbski.